Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Roy English Talk. Do you want to sound fluent and confident when speaking English? Just like a native speaker? Well, mastering idioms is your secret weapon. In this video, you'll learn 75 powerful English idioms that native speakers use every single day. Understand them, use them naturally, and make your English sound smooth, smart, and 100% natural. Idioms about daily life. You know, one of the best ways to sound natural in English is by using the same expressions that native speakers use every day. Idioms make your speech more colorful and expressive, like adding flavor to your words. So, let's start with some of the most common idioms you'll hear in daily conversations. Break the ice. When you break the ice, you do or say something to make people feel more comfortable in a new or awkward situation. Example: at the party, I told a funny story to break the ice. So next time you meet new people, try breaking the ice. It's a great way to start a friendly chat. Hit the sack. This one simply means to go to bed. Example: I'm so tired, I'm going to hit the sack. It's a casual and common way to tell your friends you're ready to sleep. Spill the beans. If someone spills the beans, they reveal a secret. Example: we were planning a surprise party, but Jake spilled the beans. Idioms about work and success. Work, school, business. These are places where idioms show up all the time. Native speakers use them in meetings, interviews, and everyday conversations about goals, challenges, and success. Let's explore 15 idioms that'll make your English sound confident, professional, and natural. Think outside the box. To think outside the box means to think creatively or differently from others. Example: our manager always asks us to think outside the box to solve problems. In business, creativity often leads to success, so this idiom is perfect for showing innovation. Back to square one. If a plan fails and you must start over, you're back to square one. Example: the project didn't work, so we're back to square one. It expresses frustration but also determination to begin again. Burn the midnight oil. When you burn the midnight oil, you work late into the night. Example: I had to burn the midnight oil to finish the report on time. It shows hard work and dedication, especially when you're on a deadline. Climb the corporate ladder. To climb the corporate ladder means to move up in your career, get promotions and higher positions. Example: he started as an intern and climbed the corporate ladder to become a manager. It's often used to describe ambition and career progress. By the book. When you do something by the book, you follow all the rules carefully. Example: the accountant does everything by the book. This idiom is great for describing people who are organized or precise. Get the ball rolling. To get the ball rolling means to start something, a project, a task, or a conversation. Example: let's get the ball rolling on this new marketing idea. It's positive, energetic, and great for teamwork situations. Hit the ground running. When you hit the ground running, you start a new task or job with lots of energy and confidence. Example: she hit the ground running on her first day and impressed everyone. It's used to describe someone who's productive from the start. Pull some strings. If you pull some strings, you use your connections or influence to get something done. Example: he got the job because his uncle pulled some strings. This one can sound a little sneaky, but it's common in everyday English. 9. On the same page. When people are on the same page, they agree and understand each other. Example: let's make sure we're all on the same page before the presentation. It's perfect for meetings, teamwork, or group projects. 10. Touch base. To touch base means to quickly connect or check in with someone. Example: let's touch base later this week about the budget. It's friendly and professional, great for work emails or conversations. The ballpark figure. A ballpark figure is an approximate number or estimate. Example: can you give me a ballpark figure for the cost? It's used all the time in business when you don't need an exact number yet. 12. Corner the market. When a company corners the market, it dominates or controls a particular industry. Example: Apple has cornered the market in smartphone design. It's perfect for talking about success and competition. In the driver's seat. If you're in the driver's seat, you're in control of a situation. Example: after the promotion, she's in the driver's seat now. It's great for expressing leadership or confidence. Game plan. A game plan means a strategy or plan of action. Example: before we start, let's agree on a clear game plan. It comes from sports but is used everywhere: business, school, even personal life. Cut to the chase. To cut to the chase means to skip the unnecessary details and get to the main point. Example: let's cut to the chase. What's the real issue here? This idiom shows clarity and confidence, perfect for when you want to sound efficient. Now, let's connect everything. When you use idioms like hit the ground running, pull some strings, or cut to the chase, you instantly sound more fluent, more confident, and more like a native speaker in professional settings. These idioms not only make you sound natural, but also help you understand real workplace conversations, because native speakers use them all the time. So remember, if you know a secret, don't spill the beans. Or under the weather. When you feel under the weather, it means you're not feeling well. Example: I didn't go to work today because I'm feeling a bit under the weather. It's a polite way to say you're sick without giving too many details. Piece of cake. Something that's a piece of cake is very easy to do. Example: the test was a piece of cake. It's one of the most popular idioms among learners. Short, simple, and fun to use. Once in a blue moon. This means something happens very rarely. Example: we go out for dinner once in a blue moon. So if you almost never do something, this is the perfect idiom to describe it. Hit the nail on the head. When someone hits the nail on the head, they say exactly the right thing. Example: you hit the nail on the head. That's exactly the problem. It's often used in conversations when someone understands the main issue perfectly. Let the cat out of the bag. To let the cat out of the bag means to reveal a secret by accident. Example: he let the cat out of the bag about their engagement. So if you're trying to keep something secret, make sure no one lets the cat out of the bag. 9. Costs an arm and a leg. If something costs an arm and a leg, it means it's very expensive. Example: that new phone costs an arm and a leg. It's a fun, dramatic way to say something is too pricey. 10. Bite off more than you can chew. When you bite off more than you can chew, you take on more responsibility than you can handle. Example: I agreed to organize the whole event myself. I think I bit off more than I can chew. This idiom is perfect for talking about being overwhelmed. Call it a day. To call it a day means to stop working on something for now. Example: we've done enough. Let's call it a day. It's commonly used after work or when you finish an activity. The ball is in your court. This means it's your turn to take action or make a decision. Example: I've done my part. Now the ball is in your court. It's often used in both work and personal situations. Cut corners. When someone cuts corners, they do something in a cheap or lazy way to save time or money. Example: The company cut corners on safety and now they're in trouble. It's a great idiom to describe poor quality work. Hang in there. This idiom means don't give up or keep trying. Example, I know it's tough, but hang in there. Things will get better. It's encouraging and positive, often used to support a friend. Back to the drawing board. If something doesn't work out and you have to start again, you say, back to the drawing board. Example, our first plan failed, so it's back to the drawing board. It's perfect for expressing a restart or new beginning after failure. Now, you've learned 15 of the most common idioms that make native speakers sound natural in daily life. These expressions will instantly make your English sound more relaxed and real. But don't stop here. In the next section, we'll go over idioms about work and success to help you sound professional and confident in any situation. Idioms about feelings and emotions. Emotions make language alive, and idioms are one of the best ways to express them. Whether you're happy, sad, angry, or nervous, native speakers use idioms to describe their feelings more vividly. Let's explore 15 idioms that bring emotions to life. Over the moon. If you're over the moon, you're extremely happy or excited. Example, she was over the moon when she got the job offer. It's a lovely way to express pure happiness, and it sounds very natural. On cloud nine. Similar to over the moon, being on cloud nine means feeling extremely happy. Example, after winning the game, the whole team was on cloud nine. It's often used for big moments of joy and celebration. Down in the dumps. When you're down in the dumps, you feel sad or depressed. Example, he's been down in the dumps since his dog passed away. It's a gentle, emotional way to talk about sadness. A blessing in disguise. Something that seems bad at first but turns out to be good later. Example, losing that job was a blessing in disguise. It pushed me to start my own business. This idiom teaches optimism, even in difficult moments. Lose your temper. If you lose your temper, you suddenly get very angry. Example, he lost his temper when the meeting went wrong. A simple, everyday way to talk about anger. Keep your cool. To keep your cool means to stay calm even when you're upset. Example, even when everyone was shouting, she kept her cool. This idiom shows self-control. Very useful in stressful moments. Have butterflies in your stomach. You have butterflies in your stomach when you feel nervous or anxious. Example, before my big presentation, I had butterflies in my stomach. It's a sweet visual idiom used by almost every English speaker. Jump for joy. When you jump for joy, you're so happy that you could literally jump. Example, they jumped for joy when their visa was approved. It's an easy, fun idiom to express excitement. Cry over spilled milk. To cry over spilled milk means to waste time being upset about something that can't be changed. Example, it's done now. There's no use crying over spilled milk. This idiom reminds you to move on and focus on what's next. 10. Be fed up with. If you're fed up with something, you're tired or annoyed by it. Example, I'm fed up with all the noise in the neighborhood. It's super common in daily conversation. Great for expressing frustration. On edge. When someone is on edge, they're nervous or easily irritated. Example, she's been on edge all day waiting for the exam results. It's useful for describing stress or tension. Head over heels. If you're head over heels, you're deeply in love. Example, he's head over heels for his new girlfriend. A beautiful and romantic idiom. Perfect for expressing affection. In hot water. When you're in hot water, you're in trouble. Example, He was in hot water after missing the deadline. It's a classic idiom to describe a difficult or embarrassing situation. A roller coaster of emotions. This idiom describes a mix of strong and changing feelings. Example: the last year has been a roller coaster of emotions. It's vivid and expressive, perfect for describing life's ups and downs. Be on top of the world. When you're on top of the world, you feel extremely happy and proud. Example: after the concert, the band felt on top of the world. It's often used to describe big success or joyful moments. Now, take a second to notice how these idioms make emotions sound more real. Instead of just saying "I'm happy" or "I'm sad," you can say "I'm over the moon" or "I'm down in the dumps." These expressions don't just describe feelings. They paint a picture in the listener's mind, making your English richer, deeper, and more natural. Idioms about challenges and life lessons. Life isn't always easy, but that's what makes it interesting. Native speakers often use idioms to describe how they deal with tough times, mistakes, or new beginnings. These idioms don't just help you sound fluent, they also teach you how to express wisdom and resilience through language. Bite the bullet. To bite the bullet means to face something difficult or unpleasant with courage. Example: I didn't want to go to the dentist, but I decided to bite the bullet. It's about accepting reality and taking action, even when it's hard. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. This means strong people don't give up when things get difficult. Example: our team didn't quit during the crisis. When the going got tough, we got going. It's a great idiom to motivate and inspire. A blessing in disguise. Sometimes something bad actually turns out to be good later. Example: failing that test was a blessing in disguise. It pushed me to study harder. This one reminds us to look for the positive side of challenges. Every cloud has a silver lining. Even bad situations have something good in them. Example: I lost my job, but it was a silver lining because I found something I love. This idiom helps express hope and positivity. Rome wasn't built in a day. Big achievements take time and patience. Example: be patient. Rome wasn't built in a day. It's a classic idiom for motivation and persistence. Take it with a grain of salt. To take something with a grain of salt means not to believe it completely or to be cautious. Example: he exaggerates a lot, so take his story with a grain of salt. It's useful when talking about rumors or advice. Learn the hard way. When you learn the hard way, you understand something after making mistakes. Example: I learned the hard way that procrastination only creates stress. A realistic and humble idiom. We've all been there. 8. Bend over backwards. If you bend over backwards, you make a big effort to help someone. Example: she bent over backwards to make her guests feel comfortable. It shows kindness and dedication. Hit rock bottom. When you hit rock bottom, you reach your lowest point. Example: after losing everything, he felt like he'd hit rock bottom. It's often followed by a story of recovery or hope. 10. The last straw. This means the final problem in a series of problems, the one that makes you lose patience. Example: when he broke my laptop, that was the last straw. It's used when someone's had enough. And actions speak louder than words. This idiom means what you do is more important than what you say. Example: he promised to change, but actions speak louder than words. It's powerful for lessons about honesty and effort. Easier said than done. Something that sounds simple, but is actually difficult. Example: quitting bad habits is easier said than done. a relatable idiom for life's tough realities. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. This means don't depend entirely on one plan or option. Example: I invest in different businesses because I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. It's a wise expression for risk and planning. The ball is in your court. This idiom means it's now your responsibility to take action. Example: I've done my part. Now the ball is in your court. It encourages accountability and decision-making. When one door closes, another opens. It means every ending brings a new opportunity. Example: After the breakup, she realized one door closed, but another opened. This idiom is full of hope, a favorite for motivation and personal growth. So, whenever life throws challenges your way, remember these idioms. They don't just make your English sound natural, they carry emotional power and life wisdom. Instead of saying, I failed, you can say, it was a blessing in disguise. Instead of, I'm struggling, say, I'm biting the bullet. That's how native speakers express resilience, with language that inspires and uplifts. Idioms about relationships and communication. Relationships are one of the most common topics in everyday life, and native speakers use tons of idioms to describe them. Whether it's about friendship, love, understanding, or even arguments, these idioms help you express your feelings more naturally and deeply. See eye to eye. When you see eye to eye with someone, you agree with them. Example: We don't always see eye to eye, but we respect each other. It's a peaceful idiom for expressing agreement or polite disagreement. Break the ice. You already learned this one earlier, but it's especially common in social situations. Example: I told a joke to break the ice on our first date. It's about making others feel comfortable when meeting for the first time. Get along with. If you get along with someone, you have a good relationship with them. Example: I get along really well with my coworkers. It's one of the most basic yet important idioms for daily life. Hit it off. When people hit it off, they immediately like each other and become friends. Example: They hit it off right away at the party. This idiom is warm and friendly, perfect for describing new connections. Be on the same wavelength. If you're on the same wavelength as someone, you think in a similar way. Example: We're on the same wavelength about most things. It's often used in friendships or romantic relationships to show deep understanding. Give someone the cold shoulder. To give someone the cold shoulder means to ignore them or treat them unkindly. Example: After the argument, she gave him the cold shoulder for days. It's a classic idiom for describing distance or tension in relationships. A shoulder to cry on. Someone who listens and supports you when you're sad is a shoulder to cry on. Example: After my breakup, my best friend was a shoulder to cry on. It's a touching, emotional idiom, one that builds empathy and connection. Have a heart-to-heart. A heart-to-heart is an honest, emotional conversation between two people. Example: We had a heart-to-heart and cleared all the misunderstandings. This idiom shows trust, vulnerability, and true communication. Add fuel to the fire. To add fuel to the fire means to make a bad situation worse. Example: His sarcastic comment just added fuel to the fire. It's often used when arguments escalate or emotions grow stronger. Bury the hatchet. To bury the hatchet means to forgive someone and make peace. Example: After years of fighting, they finally buried the hatchet. It's a beautiful idiom about reconciliation and forgiveness. Cross paths. When you cross paths with someone, you meet them by chance. Example: I crossed paths with my old teacher at the airport. It's a simple and poetic way to talk about unexpected meetings. Chi. In the same boat. If you're in the same boat, you share the same situation or problem as someone else. Example. We're all in the same boat trying to finish the project on time. It's a unifying idiom, great for expressing teamwork or empathy. Speak the same language. This idiom doesn't just mean literally speaking English. It means understanding each other easily. Example. We come from different countries, but we speak the same language emotionally. It's perfect for describing connection beyond words. Give someone the benefit of the doubt. This means to trust someone even if you're not completely sure they're right. Example. I wasn't sure she was honest, but I gave her the benefit of the doubt. It's an idiom that reflects kindness and open-mindedness. N. Clear the air. To clear the air means to talk openly to remove tension or misunderstanding. Example. We had a big argument, but we sat down and cleared the air. It's a positive idiom that shows maturity and communication skills. So, relationships, just like language, depend on understanding, empathy, and good communication. When you use idioms like hit it off, bury the hatchet, or clear the air, you sound more genuine, fluent, and emotionally intelligent. These expressions don't just show your English level. They show your ability to connect with others on a deeper level. Now that we've covered relationships, let's move on to one of the most practical areas of daily conversation: idioms about money and success. Because whether we like it or not, money plays a big role in everyone's life. And idioms make it much easier to talk about it naturally. Idioms about money and success. Money is one of the most common topics in daily conversation. Everyone talks about it. But native speakers rarely say things like "I'm rich" or "I'm broke." Instead, they use colorful idioms that make their speech sound lively and natural. Let's explore some of the most useful money and success idioms that'll make you sound like a fluent English speaker. Cash cow. A cash cow is something that makes a lot of money with little effort. Example. The company's smartphone line is a real cash cow. It's great for talking about profitable businesses or investments. In the same boat. This one means being in the same situation as others, especially a difficult one. Example. We're all in the same boat trying to save money this month. It shows solidarity and shared struggle, even in financial contexts. Break the bank. To break the bank means something costs a lot of money, more than you can afford. Example. That designer jacket looks great, but it'll break the bank. It's a fun way to say something is too expensive. Bring home the bacon. When you bring home the bacon, you earn money to support your family. Example. He works 2 jobs to bring home the bacon. It's a classic idiom that expresses hard work and responsibility. Money doesn't grow on trees. This means money is limited and must be spent wisely. Example. Don't waste your cash. Money doesn't grow on trees. Parents often use this idiom to teach children about saving. Time is money. This idiom means time is valuable, so don't waste it. Example. Let's start the meeting. Time is money. It's short, powerful, and very common in professional settings. Born with a silver spoon in your mouth. Someone born with a silver spoon in their mouth comes from a rich family. Example. He didn't have to work for it. He was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. It's often used to describe privilege or wealth. Cost a fortune. When something costs a fortune, it's extremely expensive. Example. That luxury car must have cost a fortune. It's another natural way to talk about high prices. Make ends meet. To make ends meet means to have just enough money to cover basic expenses. Example. After paying the rent and bills, it's hard to make ends meet. This idiom is relatable and widely used in everyday conversation. Nest egg. A nest egg is the money you save for the future. Example: they're building a nest egg for retirement. It's a comforting idiom that represents planning and security. Pay through the nose. This means to pay much more than something is worth. Example: we paid through the nose for those concert tickets. It's perfect for complaining about overpriced things. The best of both worlds. This idiom means having two great advantages at the same time. Example: working from home gives me the best of both worlds, comfort and productivity. It's often used when describing balanced success. Go Dutch. To go Dutch means everyone pays for themselves, especially when eating out. Example: let's go Dutch tonight. I'll pay for my meal. It's friendly and polite, especially among friends or colleagues. Rags to riches. A rags to riches story is when someone goes from being poor to very rich. Example: his journey from a small-town baker to a millionaire is a real rags to riches story. It's an inspiring idiom for talking about success and ambition. In the black, in the red. Being in the black means making a profit. Being in the red means losing money. Example: after the holiday season, the company was finally in the black. These idioms are essential in business and finance conversations. Money idioms aren't just about wealth, they're about mindset. When you say time is money, you show discipline. When you talk about making ends meet or building a nest egg, you sound responsible and realistic. And when you describe success as rags to riches, you add a story and emotion to your English. Now that we've covered idioms about money and success, it's time to wrap everything up. Wow! You've just learned 75 of the most powerful English idioms that native speakers use every single day. That's a huge achievement, and if you've stayed with me until now, it shows you're truly serious about improving your English fluency. Let's quickly go over what you've learned today and how you can use these idioms to sound natural and confident in any conversation. You started by learning idioms for daily life. Phrases like break the ice, hit the sack, and spill the beans. These are the everyday building blocks of fluent conversation. Short, simple, and fun to use. Then, we moved into work and success idioms, like think outside the box, get the ball rolling, and cut to the chase. These expressions help you sound professional, confident, and creative in any job or academic setting. Next came idioms about emotions, because language isn't just about logic, it's about feeling. You learned how to express happiness with over the moon or sadness. With down in the dumps, you can now describe your nerves with butterflies. In your stomach and your joy with jump for joy. These idioms make your English more expressive and more human. Then, we talked about challenges and life lessons. You discovered how idioms like bite the bullet, every cloud has a silver lining, and when one door closes, another opens, show strength and resilience. They help you communicate not just in English, but with emotional intelligence, the ability to stay positive, even when things go wrong. After that, we explored relationships and communication. From see eye to eye to clear the air, these idioms help you connect deeply with others, whether it's family, friends, or coworkers. You also learned how to bury the hatchet and give someone the benefit of the doubt. Those expressions don't just improve your vocabulary, they make you sound kind, open, and mature. And finally, we ended with money and success idioms, real-world phrases like cost a fortune, make ends meet, rags to riches, and cash cow. Now, You can talk about success and finances with confidence, just like native speakers do. But here's the truth. Learning idioms isn't about memorizing long lists. It's about using them naturally. Pick your 5 favorite idioms from this video and try to use them in your daily life this week. Use them in your comments, your conversations, or even your journal. Because the more you use them, the more fluent and confident you'll sound. Remember, fluency doesn't happen overnight. Just like we say, Rome wasn't built in a day. But every time you watch a video like this, every time you practice, you're getting closer to your goal. You're learning not just to speak English, but to feel English, to live it like a native. So keep watching, keep practicing, and keep believing in yourself. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends who are also learning English. That small click means a lot. It helps this channel grow, and it helps us make more lessons just like this for you. You're already on the right path. Keep going and stay curious, stay confident, and soon you'll be speaking English like a native. I'll see you in the next video.